A general plan to establish limit lines for residential, for non-residential, and medium and large lot residential development, outside of which area the new development subject to the limits would require voter approval. Are you doing this? Okay.
It'll be short.
Hey, clerk.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. On March 20th, 2014, proponents submitted a notice of intention to circulate initiative petition regarding the citizens' right to vote on expansion of development into agricultural and open space areas. On April 14th, 2014, the city attorney prepared the title and summary, an initiative to amend the City of Modesto 2008 Urban Area General Plan to establish lines, boundaries for non-residential and medium and large lot residential development, outside of which areas new development subject to the limits would require voter approval. The proponents published the notice of intention to circulate petition in the Modesto Bee on April 19th, 2014, and gathering of signatures for the initiative petition was completed on October 1, 2014. In order for the petition to qualify for the November 3rd, 2015 general election, 8,931 verified signatures would be required, which is 10% of the registered voters in Modesto as of the date of publication. The Stanislaus County Elections Office has determined that the number of unverified signatures filed by proponents was 10,509, and the number of signatures found sufficient to be 9,747. I, Stephanie Lopez, City Clerk of the City of Modesto, do hereby certify to the City Council of the City of Modesto that the number of signatures presented on the petition is sufficient to qualify for the next regular election on November 3rd, 2015. I am requesting that Council approve the resolution certifying the signatures on the petition. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I have Councilmember Gunderson.
Yeah, I'd like to say something. Dave Jackman brought this to the 6th floor, I think it was a couple of years ago. Was that about right? And we were talking about a residential urban limit.
September 10th of the EDC, 2010.
It was a while ago.
That's,
I thought I'd talk to you while I was up there about this, but I understand it was going to be a residential urban limit, and now it's turned into an everything urban limit, including industry and commercial. And I seen the map, the line that goes almost completely around Modesto. There's a little gap there to the east, and I guess it's okay for Modesto to build out that way, or there'd be less hurdles anyway. So it's turned into that, and I'm just wondering what's in it for Modesto. How do Modesto residents benefit other than supposedly protecting farmland and wood colony around Salida? I don't see how Modesto could benefit. It kind of restricts revenue, ability to raise revenues as far as building industry and.
So tonight we're really not discussing the.
Oh, we can't discuss it?
Well, you can if you want, really, but the question is are we certifying the initiative, and that's our job tonight.
Okay, so it'll be a while before we can really talk about it.
Yeah, city attorney.
If I may, for the benefit of the public, what's before the council is really not a substantive choice about what on this matter. The council, when an initiative is presented and its signatures qualify, really just has two choices. It can do as the initiative proposes and place the item before the voters for the voters to decide what they want to do.
Okay.
Or the council can decide that they agree with the proposal and want to go ahead and put that proposal on the books without it having to go to the voters.
Oh.
So the clerk has done what the law prescribes as her ministerial function. The county has counted the petitions, and those are essentially the two choices that are before you. The staff recommendation is you go ahead and place this item on the agenda before the voters.
Could I finish briefly?
Yes.
I just, I hope Modestans learn all they can about this, learn all the aspects, and I'm sure there'll be all kinds of information coming out, and whatever Modestans decide, that's what they decide, and I guess that's the way it'll be.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Zoslocki.
Yeah, I have a comment about this initiative. And Denny, I did support your urban limits for residential in East Modesto.
So did I.
Discussion. But it's my sincere opinion that the SOS initiative, as it is written now, will significantly restrict jobs in the future of Modesto. Modesto already has 2 ballot initiatives, Measure A, Measure M, which require a vote of the people. So now the citizens of Modesto are going to be asked, if we so choose tonight, unless we make it an ordinance, then it will be a law of the land for Modesto, to add a 3rd initiative requiring the vote to do the same thing. How many times is enough before we stop going to ballot box initiatives? Modesto is the only community in Stanislaus County with this fatalistic view of job creation. Turlock doesn't have it, Patterson doesn't have it, Newman doesn't have it, Ceres doesn't have it, Riverbank doesn't have it, Oakdale doesn't have it, Waterford doesn't have it. Only Modesto sends this clear message to future manufacturers and industries: you must hold multiple citywide public votes in order to bring manufacturing and industrial jobs here in Modesto, the future Modesto. Modesto has some infill, but I'm talking about the future industrial, and how ludicrous is that? So does anyone else see something wrong with this initiative? And as bad as it is, on top of that, the secret little part of the initiative that people don't understand is the environmental process, or CEQA, that must be completed before asking a vote. In other words, what that means is, let's say you're a company like Tesla, or Blue Diamond for that case, who went down to Turlock. And they wanted to come to Modesto and bring with them to Tesla 16,000 jobs. What a wonderful thing for our community that would have been. But Tesla would first, before they could even get to the point of asking for a vote that this would demand, would have to go through that CEQA process on top of it, just to get to the point of having a vote. In other words, you're going to spend millions of dollars before you can get to the point of asking a public vote. I ask you again, what company would go through that to just come to Modesto when they could go next door to Turlock, or Patterson, or Ceres, or Newman, or Riverbank, or Oakdale, or fill in the blank, any city, mostly in this state, where they wouldn't have that requirement? And where likely those other towns would also have zoning that's available, where there's plentiful utilities, and in 6 months, as in the case of, or about 6 months, as in the case of Blue Diamond, they got their building permit.